Hello everyone, welcome to our October Hero Studio unboxing live. I have the entire October Hero Studio here on my desk. I was going to pick it up, but Oliver is sitting up here and he is kind of holding it captive or keeping it safe at least. Today we're going to go through all the products in this incredible release. The theme for this release is Merry Era. It's very fun, very kind of stylish, contemporary, modern kind of take on holiday. I think you guys really like it. I have a bunch of samples to show you or cards to show you as well. Some I have here with me, but I also have some photos from the creative team. And I do want to say before I get started that we had a blog hop yesterday. It started yesterday to celebrate this release. And the creative team is sharing a lot of projects there, as well as some special guests. So definitely check that out after this live. I do have the entire creative team, their info shared in the description below. If you are watching this on YouTube. Hello, Jenny. Hello, Lola, Marianne, Kilburns. I hope I said that right. Hello, welcome. So definitely check out the blog hop after this if you haven't already, because there's a lot of inspiration and it's always fun to kind of, after you see these products, go out and see them, the creators or the card makers take on using these. And so that's my favorite thing to do, is just see how people take a product and do their own spin. It's like kind of what I live for in card making. So I hope you check them out. Hope you visit their blogs, and of course they're sharing on Instagram as well, so you can check that out. But if you do the blog hop, make sure you leave a comment as you hop along, because that's how you get entered into a giveaway. And that could be really helpful if you see something you like and you haven't ordered any of this stuff already. But let's move on now to the actual products. Oh, and I will be creating a card at the end. Hello, Wendy. Hello, Joni. Welcome. And you're going to get a look at Oliver here, because he is right down on my work surface. So let's switch cameras. There we go. There we are. And there's Oliver. He's a sweet boy. Oh, yes. He likes pets. I might have to move you, guy. I might have to move you. I know. I'm sorry. Can you sit behind me, maybe? Maybe would that be acceptable alternative? I think he will not be totally okay with that. Pop back over. I lost there we go. I know, he's so cute. He's a sweet boy. He's a lovey-dovey guy. All right, let me get him out of here, because I think he's just going to be too much of a distraction. Sorry, Oliver. I'm going to pick you up and move you. Sorry. Gosh, he's big too. Here, sit back here in my chair. He's accepted that right now. He's accepted sitting behind me. We'll see how that goes. All right, let's take a look at all of these incredible products. I'm going to start off with the card kit. And the first product I'm going to show you from the card kit is this really beautiful 6x8 clear stamp set. This is the Deck the Halls with Disco Ball stamp set. There's 22 clear stamps. This is a Stampin' Cup, which means there are dies on the back. You can see here. This is 17 cutting dies. So dies basically dies for everything, except for obviously the layers. So you have dies for all the images. And since I did mention layers, let me point those out. There are 3 layering stamps for this disco ball. So you can make those squares in the disco ball, different colors, which is so cute. There's also yes, me too, Deborah. I love the matching dies. There's also a layer here for the Santa hat. So you can color it probably red, but it could be whatever color. A pink Santa hat would be kind of cute, right? With this whole theme. I'm kind of intrigued by that idea. There's also a layer for this bow. And what I like about this too is it could be used, same with the Santa hat as well. They can be used all on their own. And also it's true with the disco ball, because I have an idea. Maybe we'll get to it today. Well, we will. We'll be using the disco ball for sure, all on its own without the layers, but I'll show you a bunch of samples with layers. And I apologize, today I'm feeling a little congested, so I might stop and get a drink here and there. but I do, yes, there is a layer for the bow, so you can color that in as well. And then you have some fun additional images like holly, berries, leaves. This is an H that you can combine with the disco ball to say like ho, ho, ho. Some fun, really. I look at this set and I think of it as just these really cool design elements that you can put together almost like see flawlessly. Like there's only, I don't think there's any like wrong way to put these elements together and create a really fun card. You have a circular sentiment here that can go around the disco ball if you choose. A couple of really big sentiments. And this, by the way, this one says Christmas is too sparkly, said no one ever. Very cute. Some like evergreen boughs or branches, which are nice if you want to hang that disco ball from like a ornament. There's also a topper to actually turn it into an ornament. This beautiful like burst. Just a lot of fun, really pretty images and sentiments as well. I love the way the sentiments look. They're so bold and graphic as well. So very cute set. Love that it's nice and big. Lots of fun things to play with in here. Let me show you some examples of this in action. First up, we have this really pretty card by Kelly. Here you can see, hello, Jackie, welcome. You can see she used that disco ball stamp here, just the outline. She didn't do the layers, and just stamped it in different colors. And how fun is that? Sprayed it with a little bit of our white iridescent spray and did a kind of a multicolor sentiment. And here you can see how she stamped the hat in red. So stamped the outline of the hat in pink and then did the layer in red. So really cute. I love how the hat's hanging off the sentiment. So fun. Okay, I'll put that there. Next, we have this super pretty one by Kelly. I love the way this turned out. It's so, so pretty. You can see she combined that circular sentiment with the like burst stamp here. The bow's even on there. Look at the two-tone bow. Oh, I think that's so pretty. She did do the disco ball in the center and did stamp all 3 layers for that disco ball. So she got 3 different colors on her disco ball. So cute and fun. Really think this one's so pretty. Love her frame and the bursts, which we'll get to. This is a die also included in the kit, and we'll get to that in a minute. So that is that. And then here's a card that I created. I used that H there, did actually went ahead and combine it with the disco balls. I did add the ornament stamp, heat embossed it in gold embossing powder, and added it to the top of each one of those ornaments. So super fun. I really enjoyed that disco ball. I loved stamping it in different colors. I love layered stamps. It's one of my favorite things. I just think they're so fun. And I love getting more color into my images that way. I love stamping color versus coloring color. I will color, but stamping is more fun to me. Thank you, Deborah. I'm glad you like them. So I'm going to pop over and show you some projects now from the creative team. Let's go here. We're going to start off with this one from Charlene. So, so gorgeous. I love the simplicity of this. And look at that Santa hat on the disco ball. So cute. Really, really pretty. Again, those bursts are nice little accents. And I think that's such a pretty card. I love the bold background to that pop of color. And then we have this one by Jenny. And it's so pretty. I really love how she did this one. She stamped those disco balls. Well, made 3 of them, I should say. Used the same inks for each one of her disco balls, but she did stamp the layers with a different ink on each disco ball. And I love how that's so brilliant, I think, because her disco balls coordinate, obviously, but they're not exactly the same. They have the same colors, but the colors are in different spots. And I just think that turned out so good, so clever. I'm definitely going to kind of case this card. She really inspired me with this. I also love the layout of this card, how she has the sentiment over there on the right with the green tree on the left. And she stamped, she basically created her own Christmas tree by stamping that evergreen or pine tree bough over on the left in green ink. So, so good. Also love the little bow she included on the ornaments. Such a pretty card. She's so, so clever. All right. And I'll put that away. And let me pop back to the comments. So that actually completes this product in the kit. Let me move on to another product included in the kit. And this one I think you guys may have seen if you've been on Instagram at all today, because this was a very popular one, I think, by the creative team really loved it. It's this awesome die set. This is the this is the Have a Ball die set. It comes with, let's turn it over, a really large disco ball die. This is very big. It's actually 4 1/4 in diameter, really big. Oh, great question. Summer asks about the disco, the H's on mine. Yes, some of them are stamped in colored ink because if you see here, the H is a solid stamp. So these two were stamped in colored ink, and this one was heat embossed in gold. So just kind of a fun spin on that. Thank you, Summer. I'm so glad you liked that one. I had fun creating that. I thought that was a kind of a, I mean, that whole idea, by the way, was Heather, our creative director's idea, and I just kind of made it happen. But she's the one who came up with using the H and combining it with the disco ball to make ho, and stamping it 3 times to have ho ho ho. Super cute. So this die set here comes with that large disco ball die. So pretty. There's also 4 layering dies here that create a bow. So very fun. I love layering dies. They're so easy to get dimension and get different colors involved. So I love that. And a bow is just so pretty. You can place that bow on top of your disco ball, but you can use it in other places as well. I think it would make just a great, it's just a handy die to have as a layered bow. I can see that be used in projects outside of this release. And then there is this fun die here, which is actually designed to go at the top of the disco ball so you can turn it into a tag. There's a little opening at the top that you can feed a string or ribbon through, and then your disco ball can become a tag for your holiday gifts, which I think is a really fun idea as well. And then last but not least, you've already seen it on a couple cards already, this awesome little die here, which cuts out 3 kind of starbursts or little shines, however you want to think of it. But you can add those as nice accents, especially if you die cut them out of some specialty paper, which is going to jump to the end of the card kit, which is included in this kit. You get some gold cardstock as well. So let me show you some projects with this awesome Have a Ball die set. First up, I'll show you this one here. This one features, you can see the layered bow. You can see really how large it is. I had it slightly offset, which meant I ended up cutting off the edge. And I love that look. I love how it's a little bit cut off. It just makes such a great focal point. It's so big and beautiful. I die cut those little bursts out of a light blue cardstock or light teal cardstock for little accents. It's actually a pretty simple card, but I really love the way it turned out. Love the bow. And actually all the cardstocks on this card are actually included in the kit as well. So that's nice. This card is totally recreatable. And then of course I did a sentiment from this Deck the Halls with Disco Ball stamp set. Yes, isn't it nice, Deborah? It's nice to have something really large like that. And there's some fun, I'll show you some other cards, some fun, because of the large scale of this disco ball, there's a lot of other fun things you can do with it. And heat embossed the sentiment from here and die cut it out with the coordinating die. So super fun. I love the way this one turned out. Now I'm going to show you this card by Kelly. Here, she actually created a shaped card with the disco ball. Look at that. Isn't that great? Love the way that turned out. She just added the little topper here, but this could actually be a tag if you wanted to, because she did add the topper, or it could just be the card itself. So pretty. Love the way she did a little bit of ink blending on her bow too. That added even more dimension. Love the 2 colored inks on her sentiment. Isn't it great, Kathy? Kelly's so good. She's just amazing. She's an amazing card maker. We're so lucky that she creates projects for every release. I'm always so excited what she makes. And then look at how she actually die cut this disco ball out of Waterfall, which is the same cardstock I used back here. and popped in some of the negative pieces into her gold disco ball and just layered it with a seaside, which is actually this light teal, as the background. So that's what this, you can see it here on the back. It's this, so this is the base. And then she put the gold disco ball on top and then popped in some of the waterfall negative pieces. And very, very, very pretty. I love that. So simple. And I do want to point out the whole reason she was able to do this whole cut here, was actually created with our nesting circle infinity die set, because this die set here, really mainly the disco ball, was designed to work with this, with our infinity dies, which I have here, so I'll pull them out real quick. So these are our nesting infinity circle dies, and these are just so wonderful. And I love the fact that these were considered when the design of this was being made, because the next card I show you will really, really take it. It was kind of essential that these kind of line up to show you the next card. But she did use this. It's the second, if you happen to have which if you don't, you really should, because Hero Arts Infinity dies are just the best. Our nesting dies are so good. But the second die in this set lines up perfectly with the disco ball, because it's 4 1/4. But most of you, if you don't have a this circle die set, you probably have a circle die set that will probably work pretty well as a substitute. Yay, Summer! I'm so glad to hear that. Let me show you the next card that I created with the Have a Ball dies. And this is a shaker card. So I actually took the disco ball, I die cut a panel with the second largest die from the nested infinity die set, out a clear panel out of that, or with that rather. Adhered my gold disco ball on top. And then on the side, let's see if I can get here, you can see it's stacked. I die cut 4 rings of white cardstock, because I have scrap cardstock and it is a great use of that, but you can also cut it out of craft foam. But I do like the structure of cardstock. And I used the third largest die. Let me grab the dies. Why did I put them away? So I used these 2 dies here to create the rings, which build the walls of my shaker. And I do have a video for this, so if it seems kind of confusing, I totally get it. Shakers can be a little confusing. You don't want to know how many shakers I made incorrectly till I got the hang of it, a lot. But I do have a video up. It's already up on Hero Arts YouTube channel, so you can check that out after this if you want to see a closer video of how I created this shaker card. But that's another fun idea to do, so like a tag, a shaped card, a shaker card. There's so many fun things you can do with this awesome die. All right, let me show you some projects now from the creative team featuring that Have a Ball die set. So let me pop over here. All right, we're going to start with this stunning card by Lisa. I love how clean and simple it is. She also kind of went for the disco ball kind of offset or off center. And she just paired it with a beautiful ink blended background. It's so simple. Love the gold splatter though. I think that's key, that gold splatter and her green bow. So, so, so pretty. Nice contrast, that chartreuse with the fuchsia. So pretty. And then we'll move on to this stunning one by Michelle. So she went all gold. She was like, sign me up for bling. I'm doing all the gold. She die cut her crystal ball out, or crystal ball. I'm going to say that probably so many times. I apologize. She die cutted her disco ball out of the gold cardstock included in the kit and popped in the negative pieces to make it all gold, completely gold. Or she paired it up with a back. Either one. I'm not totally sure. She might have die cut the back. She might actually just have a die cut circle of gold and just glued her disco ball on top. But I love the way it turned out. So pretty. They are so fun, Deborah. They're my favorite to make. I love shaker cards. I love shaker cards. It does take a little while, I think, to get the Rosie, you're here, friend. I was wondering if you would be able to make it. We had to do it early today because my kids are in full school swing now, and they have all these clubs and stuff after school, so I can't pick them up. It's interfering with my crafting time. How rude. So I had to do it earlier today. All right, we're moving on to this pretty card here by Jennifer. Jennifer always does these beautiful cards, or Jen. I love what she did. And look at how she went, like, she stepped it up, kind of like Kelly, where she popped in some negative colors, but instead of Kelly just popping in one, she has 3 color cardstocks in here. She has the darker pink, the medium pink, and the light pink. So pretty. Love how this one turned out. And she kept the whole card. It's slightly off the card front, but I love that. So cute. Let's see here. No, I won't tell, Rosie. I'm good at keeping a secret. Let's move on to the next one. Sika's, and she did also use different colored cardstocks, and she has 4 cardstocks in this one: a red, a dark pink, a light pink, and a light teal. So love that. Just look at how cool this disco, I almost said crystal ball, this disco ball looks with different colored cardstock popped in. Just so pretty. And I love her bow. Love the white heat embossed sentiment on the red cardstock. Just so pretty. And then we'll move on to this one by Anna. And she also went bling bling. She incorporated the gold cardstock with gold glitter cardstock, and I think that's so pretty. Notice too that she didn't even include a sentiment. I always forget that sometimes, but did she actually? Wait till you see the next photo from her. But before I move on to the next photo, I do want to point out her ink blending on the bow, because it's perfection. I love all the dimensions she got on her bow with her ink blending. So good. And then here's this second card, or second picture from Anna, where you can see the disco ball opens up to reveal the sentiment behind it. I mean, wow, so clever. Another really great use of that large focal point. Brilliant. Almost like an interactive card. Oops, and I gave it away. I gave away the next product. All right. I think it's a bling thing, Vicki. I can see that. I think it's just a bling thing. I don't think it's TikTok, but I can understand. At first, I was kind of like, huh. And then I realized my ornaments, a lot of my ornaments that I purchased have a disco ball look. They're just not, I didn't connect it at first because they aren't silver. They are pink. And now I'm like, oh, of course, it totally makes sense. But at first I was kind of like, huh, that's different. Let's see. Hi, Michelle. Oh, goody, you're here. Yay, Michelle's here. I have a bunch of your cards that I'm sharing today too. Michelle and Rosie are both on a creative team, and they are so talented, and we're so lucky to have them create cards for us. Oh, Deborah, New Year's Eve disco ball. I love that idea. I'm taking a sip real quick. I apologize. I don't think let's hope I'm not coming down with something. Knocking on wood. But feeling a little flummy today. All right. That's not all. So in addition to these, technically 3 products if you count the coordinating dies in the back. In addition to these, there's also some gold embossing powder. This is a 1/2 ounce of Hero Arts gold embossing powder. So glad that this came in the kit, because you're going to probably want to do some gold embossing with this one. Okay, so Rosie, help me. I'm so glad you're here. I'm a new Swiftie, so my release day cards were all inspired, right? Like, is it like this is something Heather, the creative director, also brought up about, and it was just coincidental. This collection wasn't inspired by Taylor Swift, because we didn't find out about Taylor Swift's new album till like pretty recently. This was designed months and months ago. But she was kind of saying the same thing. She's like, it's kind of funny how like this release is coming out in Taylor Swift's new album, and I'm guessing I'm not like, I don't dislike Taylor Swift or anything. I'm just not I'm not a close follower of everything she's doing. And but yeah, there's some kind of connection there, Rosie. You aren't the only one to make that in my Mary era. See, interesting. And Summer, I promise, like that's just like a fluke, a funny fluke. Right? See, Rosie said I got the products just as Taylor. It's just funny coincidence, but yeah. I think there's some kind of connection there. I think her album's like Showgirl something. Maybe that's the bling part, and this is clearly kind of a blingy collection. But I don't know, kind of a fun thing, especially if you're a Swiftie. I think you could have a lot of fun with that. Some of our younger girls were definitely excited to play with these products because they're Swifties. But in addition to the gold embossing powder, the next product I'm going to show you is actually kind of two products in one. It's a paper pack. There are 10 sheets in here of colored cardstock, and you've seen a lot of the colors already. Let me pull out, I have them here. These are all the colored cardstocks included in this. Yeah, just a weird coincidence. Funny how it works that way. And I will fan them out, and then I'll say all the colors. I really love this palette. It's so pretty. There's one of my favorites in here, which is the what is this one called? Alabaster. So pretty. It's kind of a cream, and I love it. This one I'm obsessed with. This and the poppy, love them so much. But these 10 half sheets of colored cardstock are included in this paper pack. You have Fern, Tuscan, Beeswax, Delilah, Tutu, Blush, Poppy, beautiful red, Alabaster, and Waterfall, and Seaside, which you've seen on several of the cards that I've shared already. So very, very fun. Love it when there's paper pack because I love a palette to work from. Isn't it pretty, Vicki? It's such a pretty palette. And then in addition to that, every time I do these videos, I always feel like, and that's not all, like a infomercial per person. So in addition to that, there is 2 sheets of this, and I only have one left because I've been using this gold paper like crazy, but you get 2 sheets of this matte gold. So basically 1 full sheet of this beautiful matte gold cardstock, which is so fun. And I do think that's a kind of a different take on this disco ball, is that it's really, which, I mean, you could definitely go with the silver, but slightly different spin is that kind of gold where it's all really embracing gold for this disco ball. So really pretty. So you get 2 of these beautiful matte gold sheets, which are really, really nice. So that is the whole card kit. Woohoo! Love it. Very pretty. Let's move on to the other products in this release, or the other subscriptions in this release. And by the way, I didn't say this at the beginning. I don't think I did, but I will get crafty today. We will be making a card with the card kit. Isn't it pretty, Michelle? I love having a palette to work from. Okay, I'm taking another sip. So the next product is the October die set of the month. Let me hold it up while I take a sip. This die set includes 9 cutting dies. It's called Twinkle Lights for a very obvious reason. It's these super cute strands of Christmas lights. I love this one so much. This one is so fun. I think it is just a fun accent that you could easily add on so many of your holiday cards. But in addition to that, it can be a whole background. It can almost function as a focal point with a nice big sentiment. So pretty. You have 5 different strands of Christmas lights, and then you have these grouping of lights here, these 4 dies that allow you to die cut the lights out of colored cardstock very quick and easily. You know, cut them all at once, and then you can start popping them on and just go to town, having fun, making your own Christmas lights. I love them so much. Michelle says, I have a card I'm posting tomorrow with those lights. Oh, they're so good. Yay, Michelle. Aren't they fun? I love this one. Yeah, each strand is a different shape, which is really nice, right? So you have a lot of options. Usually you don't see that. So there's a lot of fun play you can have here with this. Guys, I just had an idea of almost turning it into like a reef. I wonder if I could kind of turn them into a reef. Wouldn't that be fun? Like a Christmas light reef. Oh, I want to try that. Let me show you some samples or some projects. First up, we have this super cute card from Kelly. Love this. And notice this sentiment. You're going to see this later. But I want to point it out here because I think the way she did this was so clever. And then she has her lights down here, just this little accents on her panel. Brilliant. And she even has them kind of popping off, which I think is so cute. Oh my gosh, Rosie says, I have a card using this for next week, but I still need to make it. Rosie, I'm sure it's going to turn out incredible because everything you make is so cool and so brilliant. Actually, and I have Rosie's card. You guys are going to, if you don't agree with me already, you're going to agree with me that Rosie's brilliant. So is Michelle, with some of the cards that I'm going to share in a minute here, featuring this set. But then we have this one that I created where I just used it as a background. I did die cut it out of gold, so that's kind of fun and different, like a matte gold cardstock. And then added a little white gel pen highlight, which is simple, but does just like step it up a notch. So fun. So now let me show you some projects from the creative team. Let's pop over. We're going to start with this one that you did already see. So pretty. I think she also did gold. This one is by Karen. Karen's so good. She uses such big, bold colors so beautifully. She's really brilliant with color. And I love how she incorporated that circular sentiment from the card kit stamp set. That was really pretty. Oh my gosh, brilliant, brilliant. And that just inspired. I thought maybe I can use that sentiment too for my reef if I create one. But love the blue too. I wouldn't have thought about doing blue, and I love the way that turned out. So pretty. Now let's move on to this one. This one's so different. Natasha always does some really cool concepts, very different. And I always love how her color choices and she always has such a really sophisticated color choice. And she did the lights white. And I thought that was so fun. And look at how she cut down her sentiment. That's that longer sentiment you saw earlier. She just cut it down. So it says, just deck the halls. Really clever. Very clever to do that. And then we have this super pretty one by Channin. She has rainbow Christmas lights, but not in the way that you think. Each strand is a different color. And I love that. So pretty. And you can see that Merry Everything sentiment. That Merry is the same one that Kelly used on the card that I showed you here in person. And then we'll move on to Lisa. She turned this into a shaker card. So again, so many creative uses with just really focusing on the Christmas light. She paired it with one of our infinity sets, our nesting arches infinity set. Really cute window, and then just had the lights across it. So pretty. And then here we go. Here's Rosie's. Look at what Rosie did. She made the lights look like they're glowing. Rosie, what did you do? Oh, I should be able to just look at the picture and tell. You used the reactive inks on dark cardstock, and that is so clever. They really look like they're glowing. So, so cool. Love it. And then we have Jenny, who did something similar, but she didn't use inks. I believe she used a white or colored pencils on black cardstock. So it's kind of the same concept, but a different take. And I think both turned out so pretty. Right. Reactive inks. Yes. And I'm catching up to your comments because Michelle says, need to get some pear blossom press lights. Oh, that's a good idea to use with that's so clever. Yes, I didn't even think about that, actually using lights. So cute, but lots of fun things. And I saw some other people from who shared projects with a tree cut out, and then they had the lights across it. So lots of fun ideas, I think, with this set. Really good one. All right, we'll put that aside. Moving right along to our next product. Hello, Sharon. Welcome. Our next product is the October Stampin' Cut. This is the Sparkle and Shine stamp set. It's a 4x6 clear stamp set. Let's see if I can get it up here so you can see it without so much glare. So pretty. And it creates 2 ornaments. You can have the ornaments plain or you can decorate them. And both of these designs can fit into either one. There's some fun like accents, which they end up looking kind of like retro ornaments, which I love. There's, of course, different toppers that you can choose from, a bow, and then you have these additional images, kind of like greenery images that you can use to decorate the tops of the ornaments or actually have the ornaments have these images on them. So some fun play there. And then you have 4 sentiments, really pretty scripty font, and each one of these sentiments actually fit inside the ornaments, which is really nice as well. So I'll turn that over. Me too, Sharon. I love a retro look. And then because this is a Stampin' Cut, the coordinating dies are also included and they're on the back here. And there's dies for everything. All the images, the ornaments, the toppers, the bow, and all the sentiments. So that just makes it so much easier to work with and lots of play. Even a die to die cut out that string there to have the ornaments hang from. So a really sweet set. I have some beautiful samples to show you from the creative team. And here's my project here. I use that, that pine branch from the card kit, stamped it in some green ink, die cut that out, and then use that as kind of like my branch for my ornaments to hang off of. And I did some simple watercoloring with reactive inks to create this fun. And some of my ornaments have the design on them and some of them don't. But one of them has that sentiment. So really fun. Love the way that turned out. Let me show you some projects now from the creative team. Scroll down here. We're going to start off with this stunning one by Mindy. She also did some coloring. I would believe she probably used her alcohol markers. It's so pretty the way this turned out. Love her palette. Mindy always blows me away with her creations. So beautiful. And I believe there is a video for this actually. So if you want to see how Mindy created this, it's up on our YouTube channel. You can check it out. It's the October Stampin' Cut of the month. And oops. Oh, I think I accidentally scrolled it down. But I think she might have even gold heat embossed the detail or the decoration, the design, I should say, on the ornaments. So pretty. Love this card. Our next one is by Jennifer. This is such a brilliant way to do it too, especially if you don't love to color, which I'm not always in the mood for coloring. But she white heat embossed on colored cardstock and then just I cut it out, and look at how beautiful her ornaments look. So stunning. I love this idea. Really clever. And then we have a card here by Sika, kind of the same concept. Beautiful colored cardstock for the ornaments, white heat embossing for the design and the outline. I also want to note that her ornament toppers, she did white heat embossing on top of the gold cardstock. So you can actually, if you've never done that before, you can actually heat emboss on top of your matte gold cardstock included in the kit, which is really cool because it just adds a little bit of sparkle and it's kind of unexpected. I think you will have other card makers go, wait a minute, how'd you do that? Because it's not, you don't always see it all the time. But I think that's a really cool trick to have in your tool belt that you can do that. And then we have this last one here by Charlene, really beautiful. She, I believe, colored the ornaments with markers, but I'm not totally sure. And then actually added them to a background that was created with the October layering stencil, which we will get to in just a bit. But I thought that was really pretty and very clever use of combining this Stampin' Cut set with the layering stencil. All right, put that away. Go back here. Me too, Vicki. I love unexpected color combinations. Right, Sharon? Isn't it so good? I'm glad you're liking the samples. I'm so glad. The creative team, I'm telling you guys, so good. Brilliant. They are brilliant. All right, the next one I'm going to show you. It's one of my favorites because I love me our cling stamps. This is the October cling of the month. It's called Starlight. It's a 6x6 red rubber cling. It's very, very beautiful. I love me my cling stamps. There's just so many fun things you can do with them. You've actually seen this on several cards already. You can see here it's on the background here. Oops, I got my card samples out of order. Here on this card, I did some gold heat embossing with it. Ooh, I'm not sure if this will work. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, guys. I lost internet. Took me a minute to figure it out. Let me fix my other camera. There. Are we back? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? We have no sound, LOL. Oh, no. How does that work? Why do we have no sound? If you guys can hear me, can you give me a thumbs up, maybe? Oh, you can hear me. Woo! Wow, you guys are real ones for staying. I am so sorry. My internet just died. So I'm now going to use my phone. Yay! Okay, wow. That was good. Well, that was a good. I'm glad I was able to figure it out. I appreciate you guys staying. I'm sorry that happened. Let's pop over real quick and look at some other cards. With this kit, with this cling, I'm gonna get going with that because I'm afraid something else might happen. There's no contest, Sharon. There's no contest. There is a blog hop, and you can start that over on Hero Arts blog. And as you hop along, you leave a comment. There's no contest for this one. Oh, no worries, Sharon. Yes, I know. It's got all crazy. Okay, let me pop over and show you some of the other projects using this cling, which again is the Starlight Cling. Super pretty. I love our clings. There's so much you can do with them. And I don't have too many samples that really focus just on the cling, but we'll start with this one here. This one is by Rachel. Very kind of clean, simple. Love how she paired this cling with the kind of design elements from the card kit. I think they work so well together. Really, really beautiful. Also love the blue. I don't think we've really seen a lot of blue. We've seen a lot of teal, but not a lot of blue. And then we have this super pretty card by Charlene. She also did gold heat emboss. I think that's a watercolor or ink blended background. Paired it with those ornaments. Another great use of the ornaments from the Stampin' Cut. Showing you, again, a great example of not coloring them and how pretty they look. And then we have this one here by Michelle. Woo! Love her stripy background. I don't know if Michelle's still here because of my technical difficulties or my dumb internet. But she did white heat embossing on her stripes. And I thought that was such a fun idea and so pretty. Just add a little bit of texture to those, a little design to those stripes. Very, very cool idea. All right, I'm gonna pop back over here. All right, and now we're gonna move on to the final kind of subscription option. Yeah, it looks like pattern paper, right, Sharon? So pretty. The final subscription option is this beautiful layering stencil of the month. So, so pretty. This is a 4-piece layering stencil set. It creates this beautiful kind of Christmas tree, and you have those disco ball like styled kind of ornaments. And see, this is what I was thinking. When I saw these ornaments, I was like, oh yes, I have ornaments like that. I have ornaments like that, except mine are pink. But I love this design. So fun, really pretty. You saw earlier on a card by Charlene where she actually took this stencil and put the ornaments from this set, the Stampin' Cut, took these ornaments and actually placed it over these. I thought that was such a fun and clever idea. So, so cool. Oh, Rosie says the stencil is so easy to line up. That's awesome. It's very pretty. Let me show you some cards now with this awesome stencil. And it is called, by the way, The Tree. Sounds so formal. Excuse me. This is an example of this gorgeous stencil. This one's by Kelly. Also, I want to note that she did stamp that cling in the background here. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant idea. And use some beautiful greens and yellows for her tree and ornaments, and I think it's so pretty. Really, really pretty. This sentiment is also from this set here. Love that. Perfect too, because it says sparkle and shine. It's holiday time. So cute. And she did use glitter paste. I'm trying to catch it on camera here. She used two things. She's got glitter paste, which, let's see, you can kind of see it here. And she also has the white iridescent spray she used for one of the layers too. So that's where that shimmer comes from. Here is our white iridescent spray. And then the little bit of glitter texture, there we go, if I can catch it here, is our glitter paste. So really fun. That's one of the reasons why I love, isn't it so good? Stencil's so good. This is why I love working with stencils so much. One, if you have stencils, you probably don't need to color. Two, you can use different mediums with them. And three, they're usually a lower price point. It doesn't matter so much this, because this is the kit, or not the kit, the subscription, and they take up less room when you store them too. So there's a lot of great things about stencils. I really love them. I think they're so fun. And then here's a project that I created with the stencils. I went for like deep colors. I used some dark greens. This is Pine and Forever Green, our Hero Arts inks. I then used some teals because I love them so much. So we've got, I think I used, my brain just broke, Paradise and Bermuda. So I love the way this one turned out. Rosie says, layering stencils are quickly becoming one of my favorite I know, I love them. Because there's techniques, right, Rosie? Rosie's a technique girl like me. She likes to use different techniques. And I think because it makes you feel like you can do so much with a product is when you start combining techniques. And that's what also gets me really excited. Yes, Deborah, I love you. I love my technique girls. To me, that's what gets me really inspired is different techniques. That and seeing what other people do. Those are the two things that always really gets my creative mojo going. All right, now let's look at some other, speaking of looking at other people's projects, let's look at some projects by the creative team. They love these stencils too, so there's lots to see. We'll start with this pretty one by Mindy. Oh, I love her color choices. She went teal and pink. So beautiful. So beautiful. And I believe there's a video for this one too, so you can check that out on our YouTube channel. And then we have this super pretty one by Jenny. Love this. She went for more like a traditional Christmas tree palette, and I love that. She even got the lights different colors, which was, it could be a little tricky to do, but if you have like a small blending brush, you can do it pretty well. And I thought that turned out really cool. I like different colored lights. That's what my tree is. And then we got Natasha here. She definitely didn't disappoint with kind of a more bold and stylish color palette. She went with pinks, and I love this. She also has, I was going to say sequins, but I think she's got some gems on this card. And I love the like real sparkle. And I believe she did this on top of colored cardstock. So that was a really smart choice. You're starting already with the base. And then we have Rosie's card. Rosie did a more unusual color palette too, with the orange and the teal, but look at how pretty it turned out. I love this card, Rosie. So, so good. And then we're moving on to Natasha. Again, this is a second card by Natasha. She did the pink one you just saw. And she went for more kind of a blue and light green palette. I love this one too. So, so cool. And then I have one final one. No, I have two more. I told you guys, there's a lot. This one by Michelle. Woo! Now, Michelle, I don't know if you guys can tell that this one kind of looks different. Like now all of a sudden the tree is on the right. Michelle's so, so brilliant. She knew that if you just flip the stencils over, so you use them kind of upside down. So now that they're kind of, I don't know how to say this, that you flip them over. So you're using kind of the back side. That's probably the best way to say it. The back side of the stencils. And as long as you use the back side on all four of the layers, they'll line up still. And by doing it that way, now the design is flipped and now the tree is on the right versus on the left, like you see here on Natasha's card. So cool. I thought that was such a cool idea. I forget about that. So that was brilliant. It's reversed. Yes. Michelle, you take the win. You say, yes, that's what I was doing. I did that on purpose. You take the win. And it turned out so good. Look at her different color ornaments. She's like the only person who actually did, I think, 2 different colors for her ornaments. Like one is blue, one is red. And it turned out so good. And then last but certainly not least is this beautiful card by Anna. I don't always know what Anna does because she's just very, very creative. I'm always trying to go, oh, what did she do? And it looks like she did, I can't tell for sure. Maybe some paste, maybe. I'm not totally sure what she did for her ornaments, how they're so gold, but it's so pretty. And I love, love, love her pink red tree with that teal background. Beautiful. She did cut her tree out, but this is a good example to show you if you wanted to cut it out, it looks really good. It looks really good cut out. So she did fussy cut this, but I think it turned out really good. Sometimes I'm scared to fussy cut because I'm like, is that going to look good? But it looked so good. All right, popping back to the comments here. Heat embossing and paste. Oh, see, I would never think to do heat embossing and paste. Never. Like one layer of embossing and another layer of paste. Brilliant. Gotcha, Rosie. So good. All right. That is the kind of last subscription, almost. It's really kind of one last one, but it's really the mega one. It's the whole studio. So the whole studio is all of the products that you've seen so far, the layering stencils, the Stampin' Cut, the die, the cling, which is over here. All these subscriptions, including the whole card kit. So this is the whole studio. You get all of this, and then you also get a bonus item. And this month's bonus item is this really awesome sentiment set, die set, which you've seen on several cards already. It's really, really good. It's called Merry Everything. It is a 2-piece die set. You have a die for the shadow layer and you have a die for the sentiment. And you can use them together. You can use mainly the sentiment one all by, or the word die one all by itself, but it's such a good one. Rosie said, I'm just guessing. I zoomed in. Yeah, I know, Rosie. I don't always know what Anna does. She's so good, but it's such a great die set. Really, really pretty. You've seen it already on so many cards. But look, this is a fun shaker card that Kelly created. She die cut the shadow layer out of vellum and then put her words on top. You saw it on this card here as well, where she actually, because it's a single, this becomes one die, or one die cut is the Mary, all connected. So she just used it with the sentiment set, or sentiment, stamped sentiment, there we go, from the card kit. And I thought that was really clever. I know, Michelle, this is a really good bonus one, right? Really good. I love word dies, period. I can't get enough of them. I'll never have too many hellos. I won't. I just won't. I'll never have too many happies. I will never have too many word dies. That's facts. I think that's facts. Let me see if there's any other examples I have here. Oh, and this one here, you saw it here on this one. Where this time I did the shadow layer in the tutu, which is another cardstock included in the kit. Really beautiful pink. And then Poppy for the words. So really good. I have only one sample to show you from the creative team. And that is this one right here. This is from Michelle. Short, so good. Love her stripes. Michelle, the 2 Michelles you guys were on a stripe zone this time. That's cool. And really, really pretty. It's simple black and white. Looks so stunning and just, I love it. It's just pretty. So pretty. All right, guys, that's the whole October Hero Studio release. Let's move on to making a card. I have a card idea, and I don't think it'd take too long. But let's get actual crafty, right? Let's play. This is my favorite part of the live. Hopefully the internet, well, I'm not using the internet anymore. I'm using my phone as a hotspot. So hopefully that continues to work. I'll try to work quickly. Let's get all this stuff out of the way. I'm going to actually create with the card kit. I'm going to create with this awesome Deck the Halls with Disco Ball stamp set. No worries, Rosie. Hope the rest of your workday goes smooth. And I'm going to stamp it onto an A2 panel of blush cardstock. This is, again, a cardstock included in the kit. And we're going to start with our sentiment. We're going to use that big In My Merry Era because it is so cute. That looks... Let's see there. That looks good to me. It's kind of like a not totally center. Right? I can't wait to see what everybody creates too, because the design elements of this set, especially you can see here with this, I think there's so much room for creative play, which means we're going to see so many different takes with this. And I'm like Rosie, I can't wait to see what you guys make with this. All right. I'm going to stamp this in probably one of my favorite colors. Hero Arts Fruit Punch Reactive Ink. I feel like it's pretty darn close to this beautiful poppy, that red. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not a fussy cutter. I'm just catching up some of your comments. I understand, Deborah. Not everybody is. And you don't have to cut. You saw lots. Most of the samples you saw with that layering stencil were not fussy cut. So I get it. I think a lot of people don't really like to fussy cut. I don't actually mind fussy cutting, but when you die cut something, it just looks so much better. Like, it just looks so much better. Even if you're like a really good fussy cutter, which is a funny thing to say, a fussy cutter, the die just will can just do better than you can do. All right. I'm stamping this many times to make sure it's nice and bold and dark. Oliver is no longer with me, though. He's left my chair. He's kind of sleeping off to the side over here, so we might be done with Oliver for today. Whoops. All right, that might be the last one. Look at that, so good. Oh, the color. It looks so good. I'm very happy with that. All right, I just realized a problem with my plan, but I had to stamp it first. I want to next stamp the disco balls from that set around this, but this is wet. And I want to stamp the ball, I should say, I want to stamp the disco balls and heat emboss them, and this is still wet. So I'm going to let this dry a tiny bit. And then I will probably heat set this still too to make sure it's extra dry, but we have something else we can work on while this dries. So I'm going to put that aside. And we're going to stamp a bunch of this super cute berry and holly berries and holly leaf. Yes, right, Deborah? It just makes it cleaner. I agree. That's why I'm always like, can we have dies for that, please? Like, I know I can cut it, but it just looks so much better when it's die cut. All right, we're going to stamp. Since I want to stamp a bunch, I want to stamp, how many? 6 total. I'm going to make a jig because these are small images, and lining up tiny dies to small images is not my favorite thing to do. So I'm going to do it once and then use it as a jig. I'm going to put them a bit far apart so I don't have to worry about inking my ink kind of cross-contaminating. So it's easier to ink them, I guess, might be the better way to say that. All right, so I got my berries and my holly leaf. Holly berry leaf. Holly leaf. I think either of that works. I'm going to stamp my berries in my fruit punch. He looks like he's got something on him. What's up with that? Oh, I don't think it's... Oh, there is something. Hold on. My stamp is dirty. There we go. Got it off. Okay, we're going to stamp that. And then for the holly berry, I'm going to go for our holly leaf. Or I'll just call it the leaf. There we go. Let's make things simpler, Shannon. I'm going to use pine, which is kind of a dark green, which is a dark green. All right, I'm going to stamp these. Cute. I think the pine just needs one more layer. All right, I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to die cut these out. I'm going to leave, important, leave my stamps in my MISTI. Hello, Lisa. Welcome, friend. Glad you're here. We are now creating with the October Hero Studio card kit. I'm going to grab the coordinating dies. Here we are. And oops, I have this die here. Shouldn't be there, but I do. Grab my leaf and my berry die. Grab some tape to hold this in place. Creating a jig right now, so it makes it a little bit easier to stamp multiples of these two images. So I'm going to line up my die, leaf die with the die, the stamped image. That's how you say that, Shannon. And then we will do the same here. And this one I have to kind of turn and see till I see it's lined up right. I don't think so. That's the one. That's the one. All right. There we go. All right, well, die cut this out. As you can see, this is a scrap paper. I always be using my scraps. I'm a scrappy girl. I don't know if I did the best job die cutting this. We'll see. We'll see. The berries look good. I don't know if I did the best job on that holly leaf. Can I live with it is the question. Oh, I can live with that. I can live with it. All right, and we'll do this one too. Now, my jig is ready to go. So, and my berries turned out perfect. Did a good job on that one, I think. Cute, cute, cute. Oh my gosh, I'm already so happy. Like, look at how cute, guys. Can you see? How cute is it gonna be? It's gonna be so cute. Okay, I'll pop this in here. Again, I haven't moved my stamps at all. So they're in the same spot. And now I need to die cut 5 of each of these images plain out of just some regular white cardstock. And this is, again, a great use. If you use a jig, this is a great time to take advantage of your scraps because I can fit these little dies anywhere and I don't have to tape them. I just pop them anywhere. It's going to be so easy to get my pieces and make the most of those scraps. I might even cut I might cut a couple extra leaves. So might as well, right? Since I got the jig. Okay, so now we're just going to go to town, start die cutting everywhere. Any little place I can fit these dies. You guys like me have a hard time throwing away your scraps. This is Nina Solar White cardstock, so it's the good stuff. So I'm over conservative with my scraps, saving everything. But here we go. Here's a perfect opportunity to use them. Keep going. Chugging along here. We're at, well, we already have one, so well, we need 5 total. At least 5 of the berries. I'm probably going to cut out 8 of the leaves total. How you guys doing with your Christmas cards? Have you guys started? I've been enjoying Halloween too much, making Halloween cards too much, then I haven't really started my Christmas cards. But I will admit, I have a bunch of like Christmas cards that I made from previous years. But yeah, right, Kathy? It's hard. It's hard to throw them away because you're like, you know you have like little things that you could use that scrap for. Especially for like the colored cardstocks that you really love or any specialty paper. All right, we're getting there. I'm going to cut one more leaf and one more berry out of this scrap, and then I will, promise, throw it away. Christmas. I know, but it's like right around the corner. We're in October. We're officially in October. It's October 2nd now. I don't know. I feel like when we hit October, it's like we're on overdrive till Christmas. Hyperdrive. Maybe that's the right way to say it. We're not far away. Okay, I've got my berries done. I'm just going to cut out a couple more leaves. And those of you who do make Christmas cards, I wonder, I always wondered this because when I first started card making and I made my Christmas cards, I made them, one design and I repeated it and made it, multiple times for all my Christmas cards. So it was one design for all of my Christmas cards. Now, since I end up making so many cards, I don't do that anymore. Through making samples or just kind of demoing product and stuff like that, I end up with plenty of holiday cards that are just like, one-offs. But I'm curious, does anybody still do like mass-produced Christmas cards? This is the last leaf, and we will get back to rocking and rolling here. Okay, we've got all of our leaves die cut, our berries die cut. It's time to stamp again. Oof. All right, we can put this away and pop these in. Start with one at a time. Should go pretty fast. We'll put this down there too. I need some more. Clearly, I need some more magnets. My magnets are. And I have to just turn this berry die cut till it fits in there. There we go. I don't have no full way to. Kathy mass produces except for a few crafty friends. That's good. Yeah, I actually enjoyed mass producing. I enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of fun to just like knuckle down on one design and repeat it. You know what I should have done? Is put the tape behind. I might end up doing that still. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, sort of. I forgot something. I have a scrap paper here. I forgot something that makes this a little easier. First, let me grab my tape. I'm going to reveal all my secrets now. This is my mass production secrets. I need my scissors. Sorry, I'm having a hard time reaching my stuff. My scissors and my tape runner. Why can't I find it? Stand up. Why does everything go missing the minute I need it? Well, I don't remember where my other tape runner is. We'll just use this. All right, I'm going to put a backer here on my cardstock behind my jig. I'm going to make it sticky so they hold in place. But before I do that, I'm going to cut a little slit in my jig. So it's a little bit easier to get the die cut out because they're going to be stuck in there. And the reason why the whole reason why I'm putting in the tape, because you saw these die cuts are so tiny, they're sticking. I'm going to do the same thing, cut a little slit. The die cuts are sticking to the stamps. It's kind of annoying. They're not staying put. Now on this, I'm going to add adhesive to the back. Stick this down. Perfect. So now it's sticky in here. It's a little sticky. Pop this in. Get my magnets back in place. Everything should still line up. The jig is still the only thing that's touching the walls of my MISTI. So everything should still be lined up. But now when I pop these in here, and they should not move around, but where did my other guy go? Here he is. Okay, so those should stay in place now while we stamp. Okay, we'll ink these up again. Oh, so much better. That's much better. All right, now I can pull these out, grab my tweezers. There we go. Use that little notch to kind of get my tweezers underneath it. And there we go. 2 done. A lot more to go, but it'll go fast now that we've done all the hard work. And of course, you don't have to make a jig for this. You could just have stamped them if that seemed easier. But sometimes I don't like fiddling around with lining up teeny tiny dies. So this is, I think, for me, this is easier. Especially if I have to do this teeny tiny dies multiple times. Sorry about bouncing the camera. This wire's in the way. There we go. Okay, that's done. Cute. Coming along. Keep going here. All right. It's going to be so worth it when we're done, I think. Very pretty. Nice pop of colors. Perfect. All right, keep chugging along. We're kind of doing mass production. I definitely a mass production technique with the jig. All right. Trying to think. Oh, I have something to tell you guys. I'm trying to think. What can I talk about here? Last week, I went out of town. I'm in Arizona, if you don't know that. And for my mom's birthday, I bought her, and to be honest, me too, tickets to a concert that at the Red Rocks in Denver. The Red Rocks Amphitheater. Has anybody ever been there before? It is so pretty. It's actually been one of my dreams to go there, like on my bucket list to go there and attend a concert. So we splurged a little bit on this, and for sure. But we saw a favorite of mine and my mom's, Bonnie Raitt, in concert last Thursday. And it was actually a week ago now. She was so good. It was such a good concert. And the weather, we couldn't have asked for better weather. It was so nice outside. And the Red Rocks are so pretty. If you're not familiar with that venue, I encourage you to go look it up after this. It's a natural outdoor like amphitheater, and it's just stunning. They have it all lit up so you can see the rocks. It's so pretty. Right, Jen? Oh, you should go. Make it happen, girl. I may never go there again. Not because I don't want to, just because I don't live in Denver. My tips are, if you do go, it's not like super remote, but it is kind of remote, which is not like shouldn't be too much of a surprise. It was a little bit of a surprise to me, just in the sense that I know it's a pretty big concert venue. But you want to make sure you leave like at least. People were leave early. People were basically in what do they call it? Tailgating. People were tailgating on one of the roads to get up to the concert. And we left early. We left like an hour and a half early, which I thought was plenty of time. Wasn't enough time. We barely made it on time. So that's my tip. If you do go, give yourself lots of time, because there's a lot of traffic and it just takes a long time to get there. And I think if I were to do it again, I would tailgate like other people did, and just kind of hang out, because it's just a beautiful, as long as the weather's nice, it's just a beautiful place to hang out around, even if you're just on the side of the road in your car, and then you can just walk up to the concert when it's time to go. But it was very cool. I loved it. So glad we did it, even though it was a bit crazy time, because that was also when Crop and Create was going on. Did anybody do Crop and Create this weekend? Such a good event. Oh my gosh. Insane. So good. It was so great, Lisa. It was really good. All right. Everything's all stamped now. All my berries, all my leaves. Look at how cute they are. Oh my gosh, I love them. I love them with the pink. Oh, it's going to look so good. It's going to look so good. All right, I'm going to put those over to the side. I'm going to grab my Misty again. First, I'm going to heat set this because it's probably still wet. Jen says she's been to Colorado Springs several times, which is about 45 minutes away. Pikes Peak. Ooh. I didn't go to Pikes Peak, but I've been to Colorado Springs. Colorado is so pretty. Ooh. At Cripple Creek. I definitely want, I mean, I've been to Colorado before. And we camped a tiny bit, but I want to go again. I want to go again and camp again. I love to camp. And we have it we're tent campers, but we have it really set up nicely so it's comfortable. Colorado is just so pretty. And there's so many things there. Like we didn't, it wasn't the trip was just to go to this concert, but we ended up doing a couple things in addition to it. We went to Meow Wolf in Denver. That was so cool. We went to Casa Bonita. That was crazy. And we went zip lining. So fun. Oh, you have a trailer camper. That's nice, Lisa. We have just tent camp, but we have it like, tent camping ain't what it used to be. We ain't sleeping on the ground no more. We're sleeping on air mattresses. Very comfortable. My husband basically has a refrigerator cooler. I gotta test this quick before we stamp, actually. Your son has been to all of them? Oh my gosh, that's crazy because there are a lot. I've been to 3. So it's not like I haven't been to any, and I enjoy going to them. They're really fun, really different, and unique. If you're not familiar with Meow Wolf, it's like a art installation sort of meets escape room, even though you're not necessarily escaping anything. You're not trapped or anything like that. You don't even have to solve a mystery. But I'm saying escape room because it's like themed. The room is themed. Okay, the space is themed because it's more than just a room. Oh, he lives in Houston. Oh, that's so cool, Lisa. We're kind of already thinking about going to Texas and trying to do maybe the 2 in Texas. Oop. Oh. Okay. Now that I checked it, I dipped it in my embossing powder. It didn't stick, so I know we're ready to go here. All right, back to the card making. Now we're at the fun part. I am going to apply some anti-static. Well, I should probably grab my stamp. I'll apply some anti-static powder. And we're going to stamp this multiple times. So we're going to do a lot of heat embossing. I'm going to grab here we go, embossing watermark ink. Stamp that. Here we go. And I'm doing it multiple times just to make sure I got plenty of that ink down because I definitely want to do this in one go. Okay, I'm going to dip it in. All right, now I'm going to heat set. Cute. Okay, we are going to kind of plug and chug here. Pop this back in. I'm going to grab the topper because I do want to stamp the topper. Just the stamp right there. So I'll place that right on top. I don't know for what reason I really like the topper. So it's extra, but I feel like it needs it. Now, if the topper would just stay in place, that would be fantastic. It's sticking to me more than sticking to the paper. There, finally. Okay, that done. Yes, I'm still live. You know me. If it ain't a 2-hour long live, did I even do a live? Did I even do one? I don't know anymore. But just the card making, it takes some time. You guys know, even at my fastest, I'm a slow card maker, but I feel like I'm not alone. I feel like most of us are kind of slow card makers. I need to grab I can't believe I've been stamping without it. Oh, I cannot wait. I haven't made this card yet. So I don't know totally how it's going to look, but I'm excited. I like the way it's going. I love the colors. I love this gold, this pink, I'm telling you, this fruit punch. One of my favorites. One of my favorites. So good. All right. That looks good enough. Let's dip that in. Heat set this. It is a fun collection. See that topper? It just adds that extra that like you need it. You need it. Okay. All right, we're plugging and chugging here. There's a lot of repetitive things on this card now that I'm thinking about it, but maybe it doesn't make for great entertainment, but I think it'll be really pretty when it's done. I think it'll be well worth it when it's done. Okay. Let's see if I can get him to stick better. He did a lot better that time. All right, and back to our ink. You're looking through your box. Oh, good. I was going to talk about that. So if you don't know what Lisa's talking about, she's talking about the Hero Arts Handmade Holiday Workshop, which will be October 18th. So it's coming up very soon. Oops. Where'd you come from? I don't know. But we still have kits available. So if you want to sign up, it's going to be awesome. It's a one-day event, so it's just going to be October 18th. But it will, if you can't make that day, oh, here's where it came from. If you can't make that day, it's no worries. It will all be available for replay. But we have some fabulous instructors. Oh no, what happened here? I got to do some cleanup. I think I was sloppy when I placed my stamp down. We have Jennifer McGuire. We have Nicole Spohr, Charlene, Mindy Egan, and myself. So it's going to be really fun. The kit is incredible. The products in the kit are so cool. If you haven't seen that, we have an unboxing of the kit, which you can check out. To use these tweezers. Yep, no worries. I understand. Weekends are hard. October is such a crazy month. Here we go. I got to get my needles because I got to try to do some cleanup here. But yeah, it will be available for replay. You won't miss any of the fun. We have a Facebook group too. If you do Facebook, which I know some of you Facebook people are here, which is awesome. As I touch my heat embossing. Let's try that again. Where you can share projects, but you don't have to do Facebook to join the event. The videos will be on YouTube, but they will be private. It's only for people who sign up for the event. But there's some really cool projects. If you do have your box, then Lisa, then you know the projects. Yeah, you need to join the Facebook group, definitely. Do you know the size of the ornament in the Hero Arts to fit on the tree stencil? This one is a little small. I mean, it can go on the tree stencil. I'll show you. I got the stencil here. If you're talking about this ornament here, it's a little small. Yay, Jackie, I'm so glad. See how it's a little small? So you would see this one. But the stamps from the Stampin' Cut set, the ornaments from the Stampin' Cut set, rather, they're big enough to cover up. Well, the circle one is. Anniversary. Oh, yes. Happy anniversary. But yes, it's all available on replay. And it'll be available on replay for over a year, I think is what they said. I forget, but it'll be available for replay for a while. So I think for a very long time. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't have to get rid of it. So, but yes, definitely check it out if you haven't. The kits are really, really cool. And again, you can see all the products if you watch the unboxing on our YouTube channel. Heat set this. Yes, the ornament is part of the stencil. It's all one design, all one layer, which is kind of cool and different. All right, did I heat set all? I didn't get all at one spot. Is this not so cute already? I really love it. I love how simple it is. Yes, right, Jackie? The kit has a retro theme. Oh, that's what I remember I was going to tell you. The kit has a cool retro theme. Like, I think retro records and music, but it's holiday. It's holiday themed, so very fun. And I'll give you guys a spoiler, but not in a bad way. So I don't think it's going to ruin anything if you really don't want to know stuff. But my card that I create is going to be a pop-up card, and I think you guys are going to really like it. So I cannot wait for the event. It's going to be so fun. I just snorted because I realized we're going to be doing some jig stuff in class. Hopefully you like making jigs. Let's have this one go a different way. Oops, I didn't get this guy. Okay. But yeah, their projects are so cool. The products are really, really neat. So there's still time to sign up. There's still time to get the kit. We're cutting it close though. So if you're interested, definitely make that purchase as soon as possible so you don't miss out. Because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you don't know what we're talking about, I'll show you real quick. I don't want to, but this is what we're talking about. This is the kit, Hero Arts Handmade Holiday Workshop. And we have videos on our YouTube channel for more information about that. All right, I think one more time. All right, clean that off, put those two aside. Chugging along here, but it does just take some time. How did I do that? How did I manage that? I don't know. We're gonna have to hit that area with the. See, you guys, I'm clumsy and sloppy. I get my inky fingers everywhere. And I do want to say one more thing while we're talking about the Handmade Holiday. The Handmade Holiday Workshop is not replacing Stamp Along. We love Stamp Along. Hero Arts loves the Stamp Along event. I love it. It's one of my favorite things that Hero Arts does. I think some of you guys in the comments have attended the Stamp Alongs before. They are not going away. We have all the products designed for a new one coming in the spring. So stay tuned, but it isn't going away. Because I know you guys love it too. So just want to state that. Because I know some people were worried. They're like, oh no, is this, are we doing the workshops now and not the stamp-alongs? Stamp-alongs have not gone away. Just took us a while to kind of get our feet under us because we're doing things a little differently, the way we do our releases, and that kind of threw off the way we pulled products for the stamp-alongs. So, and if you're not familiar with our stamp-alongs are awesome. They're definitely a more budget-friendly event because even though we have products that we will be using, a set of products that we'll be using for the event, we encourage you to use what you have for our stamp-alongs. You do not have to purchase the products to attend the stamp-along. You just have to purchase the class. And of course, that's going to be a lower price point. So they are kind of a core part of Hero Art. So they're not going away, which is awesome. And stay tuned. They should be coming soon. I'm sorry. I feel like I've been talking about them for a while and not been delivering, but it's just taken us a little while to kind of get it all figured out and get our feet under us. Okay, I'm going to heat set this. I'm so glad you enjoyed them, Kathy. I did too. I love them. Guys, I'm dying. It's so cute. It's so cute. And we haven't even added the holly berries and leaves on it yet. All right, we'll pop this in here. I'm scared. I'm scared I'm gonna mess up this last one. Is that how it always goes, right? You're like, do so well, and then you mess up the last one. Put it right there. I just need to not move it around so much. Yee. Okay. Phew. Okay. Ah! Oh no! Oh, guess where my stamp went? No! Okay, well, clearly I need to clean that guy, but we'll focus on this one and then I'll deal with that blunder in a minute. All right. Clean that off. Might be a blessing in disguise because I had to fudge with putting that topper down a little bit and it might have been all messy. Let me heat set this. Oh, I can't get over how cute it looks. It just looks so cute. All right, stick this back down. We are done with the disco ball. Let's put that back. Got to stamp that ornament topper 2 more times, but I do need to clean it a little bit because I got it all inky. I need to do a deep cleaning so it sticks better. That should help. And I'm going to put some more anti-static powder down. Okay, I'm feeling better about this. I could hand stamp it. That would obviously be the easiest thing to do, but I do not trust myself to hand stamp anything anymore. Except for, I will be doing some hand stamping in the Hero Arts. That worries me. Oh, that worries me more. In the workshop. I'll be doing some hand stamping. Oh. All right, well, we'll see how this goes. If this one is a big mess, we'll have to cover it up strategically with our leaves and our berries. Okay. All right, we are done with that. Woohoo! Dip this in. Okay, it was a little messy. Not gonna lie, a little messy. Kind of knew it was going to be. I fudged around with it too much. But I think we can get it pretty clean. I think that's pretty good. All right, we'll heat set this, and then we're on home stretch. We're going to finish it up. How cute are those? So cute. Worth it. Totally feel like it's worth it. All right, I hope I have a card base around here because I do want to glue this down onto a card base. Do I have one by chance? Sometimes I have them ready to go. Because it's a little bit warped from all the heat embossing. All right, I have to make a card base real quick. Bummer. Give me 1 second. Oh, great. I have one cut. Even better. I'll just need to score it, glue it down. Let's see how it lines up. Do I need to do any trimming? I sure do. Actually, I think it's okay. There's like embossing powder all over here, so I'm gonna wipe that off. It was messy. All right, we're at my tape runner. See, I knew I was gonna run out. I gotta find my other tape runner. What is that? A big adhesive booger. Gross. Here it is. All right, this is the one I was looking for the whole time. That's better. Okay. Gotta stand up to get it right. Okay. That kind of straightens it out a little bit. Time for the fun part, finally. Let's grab all of our leaves and our berries and little bits of Oliver fur, of course. Get that out of there. We'll start positioning them down. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. We're gonna put like 2 leaves there. Fill out that space a little bit more. Oh, I love it. Maybe we'll just do 2 that way. Position them around. I feel like he needs another one, maybe. Okay. Happy with that. Now time for the berries. I'm gonna grab my tweezers to help me. I will end up picking all of this up with a piece of press and seal. I'm debating. No, I'm just gonna, yeah, and then I'll just glue them down. I was gonna do foam adhesive. I'm not going to. I'm just gonna glue them down. I don't think they are like kind of dimensional just because they are die cuts. Oh, guys, it's so pretty. I cannot wait to take a picture. It looks so good. Oh, so cute. I'm gonna grab my piece of press and seal. My liquid glue. Doing one last decision. Do I need to pop them up? Last chance to decide. Well, I can kind of hold them up and then see if I like that. All right, I'm popping them up. Totally changed plans. Let's grab this one too. But we can do this quickly with little like squares. Like I could think strips might even. We'll do strips, then strips. I think that'll be the fastest way. Like when is foam adhesive a bad idea, right? Like it's never the wrong thing to do. When did you ever say, I just wish I didn't pop that up? I don't think I've ever said that. Sometimes I might think it a little bit while I'm in the process of putting all my little foam adhesive bits down, but when it's all said and done and I see that dimension, I'm never mad about it. I'm never like, that was too much work. I'll do anything for if it's going to make it look cute. All right. One last little bit. That wasn't so bad at all, actually. Why did I built it up to be so much more in my head? Okay. It's been foamified. Let's remove the backing and we'll stick it down. You just need to stay on my press and seal. Please don't move. Probably could have used another fresh piece of press and seal, but oh well. Too late to know. That's another thing I probably use way longer than I should. Press and seal, my scraps of cardstock and my tape for die cutting. I know y'all relate to that. Done. Okay. Stick it down. I gotta stand up for this. He's gonna fall off. How rude. Okay, I'm taking him off, just sticking him down. So rude. Okay, a little bit of liquid glue. Okay, it was definitely a bit of extra effort, but I think worth it. Okay, those are all stuck. One more to go. Cute. It is done, and I love it. So pretty, kind of clean and simple, but really pretty colors. All right, that completes this live. Let me pop back to my forward-facing camera to sign us off. Thank you guys for being patient. I know today was a weird one with my internet kind of breaking right in the middle of that. So uncool. But I'm so glad you guys stuck around, those who did. Of course, anybody's here on the replay, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that unboxing and close-up look of all the products from the October Hero Studio release. Be sure to check out the blog hop that started yesterday. You can find that. I shared the link in the description on the YouTube channel, but you can also go to the Hero Arts blog and find a post for that and then hop along. Make sure you leave some comments along the way as you hop, because that's how you get entered into the giveaway. And last but not least, make sure you check out the incredible creative team that I shared a bunch of their projects. All of their info is shared in this description if you're on YouTube, as well as it's all on the blog as well. So the Hero Arts blog. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing, this creation, and also don't forget, because if you're interested in this, we're running out of time. The Hero Arts Handmade Holiday Workshop, we still have some kits available, some few kits left. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure you make that purchase as soon as possible. All right. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you not for a couple of weeks. The next live will be a Stampin' Craft with the kit. So I hope you guys can join me for that one, but that'll be in a couple weeks. All right. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.